tagħmel eżibizzjoni dwar xi tfisser li tkun dwar motherhood. Magħna għandna l-artista Michelle Gelance u għall-iskop ta' din l-intervista ħankun qed nagħmel din l-intervista bl-Ingliż ma tablux raskom. Ħankun qed nitraduċi minn ħin għal ieħor ukoll bil-Malti. Minnu fih nilqa' fostna lil Michelle Gelance. Nsellimlek. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Marco, for having me here today.
And thank you for coming and bringing your children, because I believe works of art are children.
Yes, they're your babies.
The they're your babies, aren't they?
Yes, they're your babies.
You will be having an exhibition with the theme of motherhood.
Yes.
And you're going to express motherhood through art.
Yes.
How did it come about?
Well, about 7 years ago, my mum passed away. Today, 7 years ago, actually.
Wow.
And when she passed away, I am a mother myself. And I started looking at what motherhood meant to me as a mother, as a child, and the relationships that exist in literature, in research, on mothers. As a matter of fact, the exhibition is divided into 3 parts, like my thoughts, 3 different parts. One is the physical part of motherhood.
Wow.
The second is the emotional part of motherhood, and third is the spiritual.
Well, in fact, I'm going to translate this because it's a very interesting thought process. So bażikament li qed tgħidilna Michelle hija li fix-xogħol tagħha fejn tidħol xi tfisser li tkun motherhood, qasmitu fi 3 aspetti. Hemm l-aspett dak li huwa fiżiku, l-aspett emozjonali u hemm dak l-aspett ukoll spiritwali. And I believe, Michelle, we can already start seeing these different elements, these 3 different thoughts of motherhood, aren't we, in the painting?
Yes. The first painting, which we have on the right, is of a child crying over a mother's shoulder, and the tears are spilling over the shoulder. A mother is always there, is always picking up your child. The emotion there is, you protect me, you hold me, a tender moment. The second picture, the third picture I have here, okay, which is this one.
The one we're watching on
TV,
screens.
yeah, I just noticed. Is the spiritual aspect of motherhood, whereby you have, I looked at Mary as our Madonna, and also Mary as the person. Mary as here, she's the provider, she's providing food for her son. Mary has a humane, feminine part of her, which I looked at a bit more in detail in my Bible reading. But it was good to see that you don't see Mary only as the mother of God. You see Mary as the woman, the mother.
Yes. So, il-focus kien mhux biss bħala Marija Malla, ma wkoll Marija bħala So your focus point was her as a mother as well.
Yes, because as a mother myself, I was always like my children's mother, but not myself.
Of course, of course.
So
it's a very interesting way of thinking about it, isn't it?
Yes.
And you were saying also as well about there's a link to mothers who have left us as well?
Yes, because in the spiritual part of the exhibition, I actually have a little component which I called In Memory Of, and I have paintings of mothers who are no longer with us. But I believe that although they are not no longer with us, they are with us in our spirit, in our memory. As a matter of fact, I say they are gone, but still here.
Yes, they are who we are, aren't they? And I'm going to translate this as well. Bażikament l-element spiritual mhux biss l-element reliġjuż, imma wkoll l-element ta' memorja ta' dawk l-ommijiet li m'għadhomx magħna. U hemmhekk hemm dak is-sens li għalkemm m'għadhomx magħna b'mod fiżiku xorta għadhom jgħixu fina.
Yes. Matter of fact, even in Lion King, they say the phrase.
He lives in you.
He lives in you.
Exactly.
He lives in you. That our mothers are constantly with us and surround us.
We do become parts of our parents.
Yes,
don't
we do.
I truly believe that.
We do. And I do believe that although they are no longer with us, and although people tell us time heals, they are never forgotten.
Of course.
They are never forgotten. So that is why I did a little memorial in the exhibition for mothers who are no longer with us.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And the last one, the one we haven't spoken about yet in the middle, it's the more physical one, correct?
Yes. The more physical one, I mean, the moment you find out you are pregnant, the moment your body changes, the new sensations that a mother feels is incredible. And I had to paint that. In my exhibition, I even have two hands on a baby, which is the conception of the baby, because you are a mother from that moment. when the baby's in your stomach and you are starting to feel changes.
Well, it's a big part of motherhood.
Yes, for me it was. For me it was. It's a very personal issue.
Yes.
Ultimately, I think.
Of course, of course. And through this, through your art, you managed to express, and we'll also be seeing other paintings of yours on screen.
Yes.
As this is the first one you mentioned, the emotional element,
yes.
isn't it, of a mother and child, and the emotional connection.
Yes,
the
absolutely.
The mother
yes.
who tends to.
I mean, motherhood involves mothers getting angry, frustrated, and this is shown in my exhibition too. I mean, it's not only just the nice stuff. I mean, a mother is a human being.
That's exactly it. Yeah. We're not romanticizing motherhood, we're showing it as it is,
yes.
with the ups and downs.
Yes.
How beautiful. Għan introduċi għawnek u kol, bazzikament rajna l-element emozjonali, l-element fiziku, l-element u kol spirituali, tomijiet li madom xmana, l-element religjus, u mux biss il-naħa sabiħa ma wkoll naħa li jiddaq xi żgħar iktar ta' sfida ħana jgħidu hekk. Il-momenti ta' rabja, il-momenti ta' tih il-qalb, u da kollu joħroġ permezz ta' l-arti ta' Michelle. Michelle, you are a narrative artist.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Okay, so what I painted the actual material is oil. But the technique, I call myself a narrative artist because my paintings say a story, tell a story. They are more than just a landscape for me. They are a landscape of a story.
So it's like a still in a story. So
it's a story which,
charged.
you know, like that woman holding the baby in her stomach, there you feel the sensation. She's also giving you the sensation of what it feels like. It's not just how she is, but it's a bit more. There's a story behind it. That
I'm imagining a sigh and the moment, a reflective moment.
Yes.
That's what it's giving me at the moment.
Yes, and that's what I want, actually. That's what I'd like from the people who come and see it. It's to evoke their own emotions and for them to feel something for them.
That's beautiful.
You know?
It's the power of art, isn't it? It
yes.
becomes a dialogue between whoever watches and the work of art,
yes.
and the artist through his work.
Yes, I'd like them to, you know, for them to enjoy it, for them.
Amazing.
Really?
Is there, was there I believe there were many eureka moments when you say, wow, or were there moments when you, like, imprinted in your memory when you were creating the work or putting together the exhibition?
Well, you know, what happens to me first when I am thinking about a concept of an exhibition is that I do a lot of time thinking and researching, and in this case I even read. I come back from a background of literature and art, and then after that I plan around, I pen and I use colors. My colors here signify as well a certain purity of emotion. So each one has a moment when I say, that's it, the painting is done now and it's ready. I mean, that is the difficulty of...
When to stop, isn't it?
Yes, when to stop and you say, that's it, the painting now is ready to go.
Now, how much, you've mentioned that there are moments that you portray to your painting. How much of you is there? How much of your personal story is there in that art? Well, mixed with the literature.
Yes, it's a combination. You know, it's a bit of a mixture. It's like a cake mixture, where you don't know.
Some of you, some of
yes, where you don't know what's going to come out. You know, that's the artist part of me. But for example, when the pregnancy ones were a bit more towards my heart, because my daughter was born at 29 weeks, my second daughter. So I struggled a lot in my pregnancy. So for me, it was a relief that she was still there.
Wow, wow! Such a nice thing, you know, to express this through your work.
I'm able to. I'm lucky. I just say I'm lucky.
Yes, yes, and we're lucky to witness it. And I think this is where we're headed, because we have 3 minutes left. And now I'd like to focus on the exhibition. You already mentioned how you'd like people to let the art speak to them and let themselves get loose in the art.
Yes.
Your appeal to, because sometimes we feel a bit scared of how to deal with art. As an artist, can you tell us how is best to, like, interact with art when we come to your exhibition, for example?
I would just look at a painting and let the painting share the emotion with me, share my emotions with the painting. I always say, like, when people ask me what type of painting should I buy a painting you'd like to see. Buy a painting you want to see on your wall, buy a painting you enjoy looking at,
Yes, yes. Very simple when you think about it.
Yes.
I think it's our kind of phobia of like not knowing how to work with art or deal with art or look at art. But Julie, it's...
But you're the expert because you are the one choosing.
So you are the expert, ġifir kull wieħed waħda minna huwa l-espert għax inti l-persuna qed tagħżel persuna qatt ħin quddiem l-arti.
Yes.
L-eżibizzjoni, the exhibition, it's going to be held on?
The 13th of January to the 27th of January at Malta Society of Arts in Valletta, Palazzo La Salle, Valletta.
It's a beautiful setting,
Oh,
I
it's
believe.
beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And they've renovated it. And there's some beautiful Casanobola too. So you really have to come. You really have to come.
Definitely. I would love to see the work displayed in all its glory and let it speak to us.
I hope so. I hope that you will enjoy it.
Michelle, thanks so much for finding the time to share your work, share your experience.